Don't compare yourself with other people. Compare yourself with who you were yesterday. It's in responsibility that most people find the meaning that sustains them through life. It's not in happiness. It's not in impulsive pleasure. The idea that women were oppressed throughout history is an appalling theory. I don't tell people, "You're okay the way that you are." That's not the right story. The right story is, "You're way less than you could be." The truth is something that burns. It burns off dead wood. And people don't like having the dead wood burnt off. Often because they're 95% dead wood. It is more difficult to rule yourself than to rule a city. Women deeply want men who are competent and powerful. And I don't mean power in that they can exert tyrannical control over others. That's not power. That's just corruption. There's a personality trait known as agreeableness. Agreeable people are compassionate and polite. And agreeable people get paid less than disagreeable people for the same job. Women are more agreeable than men. No one gets away with anything, ever. So take responsibility for your own life. Accept the terrible responsibility of life with eyes wide open. If you don't stand your ground, then all that happens is people push you backwards. Don't lie about anything, ever. Lying leads to hell. It's very hard to find your own words. And you don't actually exist until you have your own words. If you're talking to a man who wouldn't fight with you under any circumstances whatsoever, then you're talking to someone for whom you have absolutely no respect. Life is tragic. You are tiny and flawed and ignorant and weak. And everything else is huge, complex, and overwhelming. One of the things I've told men over and over and over and over is if you're being rejected by all the women that you approach, it's not the women. Free speech is not just another value. It's the foundation of Western civilization. When you start to realize how much of what you've constructed of yourself is based on deception and lies, that is a horrifying realization. Life is very difficult. One of the most ancient of religious ideas that emerges everywhere, I would say, is that life is essentially suffering. Men and women aren't the same. And they won't be the same. That doesn't mean that they can't be treated fairly. Become aware of your own insufficiency.